Lady Honoka, may I ask a favor of you?
Of course.
Tell the Guardians, the man who killed the Imperial envoy was Shimada Kambe. The bargaining chip will be me.
Please, I want to go with you. I'm afraid you're in no condition to go to war. But I swear to you, we will bring your wife back. I will not leave with you. My Amanushi needs me, and I cannot leave aside.
That's a pretty comb. It's so nice, isn't it?
You shouldn't go around peeping into other people's homes.
It's the Harvest Feast. How come you're sitting here all alone?
Do I look like I'm in any shape for a feast?
Still using the crutch, I see. I know you're trying to get your strength back, Rikichi, but I don't think carrying two heavy swords around with you is the way to do it.
I should be out there helping save Sanai. I need to be there. I can't let others fight my battles for me anymore.
Did Gorbe tell you that? Because, you know, this is the sword he always used to carry.
I don't know. They all look the same to me.
Seems like fate. If you're joining the battle, Gorbe must want to fight at your side.
Wait, Kambe-sama wanted him to stay here.
I had a feeling it would eventually come to this. Rikichi's gotten a taste of the battlefield. And I think he's proved himself worthy, don't you?
Shiraji, please, let me go with you. This is my wife we're talking about.
All right, I'll let you go into battle, just as soon as you can walk.
Shimada Kambe, I bring a decision from the Emperor Amanushi. This decree is final. You are sentenced to death. In 5 days' time, you will be beheaded.
I threatened to kill the Emperor. That's a serious charge. Why don't they kill me now and be done with it?
There was a request for delay. Ukyo's asked that your sentence be carried out in Kogakyo.
Ukyo, eh?
Your master. They've come as well. So many machines.
Yes, my lord. The capital is this way.
Presenting Lord Magistrate Ukyo of the Kogakyo District.
No, please. Don't get up.
That's far enough.
On your knees, Ukyo. Show respect. Hey, let go. Tell these machines to get off of me.
So you are Ukyo, successor to Ayamaro.
None may speak with the Emperor directly.
It is all right. I will allow it.
Yes, my lord.
Come closer. This may sting. Just bear with me for a moment. Ukyo, you are without question flesh of my flesh, my 49th clone.
My lord, is this true? Is Master Ukyo a clone?
Ayamaro, I thank you for taking my clone into your home. You have honored me well.
Emperor, I apologize 1,000 times, but I deserve no credit. When I took him in, I believed he was a mere peasant. I had no idea he was yours. A peasant? Oh, blasphemy. How could this happen?
Silence!
Forgive my ignorance, Emperor, but why so many clones? Is this not a delusion of the bloodline?
In order to produce the finest possible heir, several women were implanted with the divine ruler's genetic copy. After many failed attempts, a farm woman was chosen, finally yielding successful results. The clone was named Ukyo, and through the divine grace of the Amanushi, his identity was hidden among the peasantry, for the only way to establish an heir worthy of the Emperor's name was to ensure that the heir had knowledge of all social classes.
Why should it matter to you what I am? I was born from the Emperor's seed. I have his blood in my veins. I was raised as a peasant, and my adopted father taught me all about trade. So what am I really? Am I an heir? Am I a peasant, or am I a merchant?
I will decide what you are. Begin immediate preparations for the test.
I'm thirsty.
You only have a little water left. You'll have to stick it out.
I do. I can barely take another step.
Just hang in there, Komachi.
Hey, you don't hear me complaining, do you? Be strong like me! Okay, guess I'll just have to give you a piggyback, right?
All right. I'm hot.
Komachi!
Back off. Get goose burning up.
Well, that's just because I'm a hot guy.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that.
You know, just spit on me first, see if that helps.
Look, there's someone coming.
My lord, what is this test they're preparing for Ukyo?
It's a 3-day examination of the subject's method of reasoning in order to ascertain his worthiness as heir. Ukyo is going to be asked a series of judicial and economic questions. The divine emperor possesses the wisdom of several generations of rulers in his mind. Ukyo must display the same knowledge in order to pass.
And what happens if he fails?
Then within 3 days, he will be dead.
I've heard that no clone who has been examined has yet passed. They've all been killed.
Look there. Those are the memorials for those who failed the test, who deemed unworthy of becoming the Emperor's heir. All of them were born and raised in the capital under his guidance, but none have lived up to his expectations. I wonder how number 49 with his peasant upbringing will fare.
The clock has begun. The test will now commence.
This thing really lasts 3 days?
Only if you can last 3 days.
All right, we might as well get started then.
Question 1. If a man suddenly finds himself successor to a departed ruler, what must be his first course of action?
Well, first he must strengthen his bases. Take up where the ruler before him left off, then make subtle changes, in order to assert his power without risking upheaval.
I see.
I brought you your dinner.
Thank you, Mizuki.
By the way, Great Kanbei, do you happen to know Ukyo from Kogakyo?
Question 56. What will cause the most damage to an emperor's rule?
That would be the disapproval of his subjects. If that happens, a ruler can no longer truly govern. Which is why an emperor must be decisive. If his ability to make decisions weakens, he should step down. The other side of that coin, however, is it's just as dangerous to incur the anger of the people.
I assume you have a plan to avoid incurring this anger?
Simple. The emperor will no longer take anything from his subjects.
How then will you maintain the capital?
They'll pay a tribute in return for our continued generosity and protection.
Just the answer I expected. Living among peasants has served you well. You have shared their lives and thus know their minds. You are the first of my clones to have achieved this insight, Ukyo. Question 57. Given the options of a land of order rife with injustice, or a land of justice which has no
It's been 2 days, and the Emperor has been without his attendant since the test began. I hope he's not straining himself too much.
I sympathize, Okata, but it is law. No one may enter the chamber until the test is done.
Yes, but...
Please, Okata, come rest. Okata!
Thank you so much. You really saved us.
You keep it. What's a favor between samurai?
That's right! We samurai have to stick together, that's what I always say.
Haven't we met these samurai somewhere before?
Oh.
In Kogakyo, we were looking for samurai to help us in Kana village.
Yes, I remember you now. We've been hearing stories about what you did in Kana.
Yeah, everyone's heard about the famous 7 samurai and what they did. They're already legend around Kogakyo.
Oh, then you've heard of Pikachu, the Bandit Master, Mighty Machine Samurai Master!
So, tell me, where are you guys headed?
We're going to Nodati village. Magistrate Ukyo has given us a mission.
Ukyo, you say?
He's taken over his father's position. He sent all the samurai on missions of goodwill.
Wait, what did you say about that powder face?
You're following your good example. Ukyo says you're right, and the villagers should be protected from the bandits. All samurai have been released from custody. He says we should remember that samurai were given a responsibility to the people.
To the people?
All of us Ronin who were starving in the streets have a new mission. Protect the villages. I can't tell you how happy we are to have our jobs back. And we owe all our thanks to you.
Question 108. You are the Emperor and you must select your advisors. Who do you choose? Former enemies or former allies?
Former enemies, without a doubt. It would be an opportunity for reconciliation, for one. Also, it would make the enemy reluctant to be seen as hostile no matter what his politics, therefore reducing the risk of war.
Are you afraid of war?
No, but only a fool has his mind set on fighting.
What you say interests me.
That's good, then let's continue. Am I answering the questions well so far?
Yes, so far. Question 109. As an emperor who aspires to accomplish great deeds, of what must you always be aware?
Two things.
Continue.
Well, first of all, the times we live in our current world climate, the wars are over and the merchants are building toward the future. However, all of those efforts will be for nothing unless the ruling class can understand the needs and desires of the masses.
And the second?
The doctor told us it was fatigue. Do not be concerned for me. How is the Amanushi?
Are you still worried about him?
Yes, I've always felt sympathy for the Emperor. How can I not when he's never felt the sun on his face or the wind in his hair? He's trapped in that tank, a prisoner of frailty, all alone, fulfilling his duty to us all.
You're trembling.
I'm worried, Mizuki. That man they call Ukyo, I'm afraid of the things I see in his eyes.
The test will be over soon, my lady. Maybe they found an error.
But then, what will happen to this child?
As Emperor, how will you distribute
He's lasted far longer than the others.
Then perhaps he is the one.
There has to be equilibrium between
When the war
necessity and
ends,
desire.
I believe that the wire was condemned to this body.
As soon as post-war plans
Rather than destroying all the samurai, I decided to take my revenge by controlling them. How do you know instead you played an
the moment they last corruption, I will trace them dangerous. The noble settings put themselves in a position that will no longer be efficient.
I have one final question. What is the most important qualification for an emperor?
Talent, I suppose? What do studies matter after all, when you are faced with an immediate decision and must rely on instinct?
What about virtue, honesty, and goodwill? You've grown up disguised, your true origins hidden. Isn't that alone an affront to the people?
My life in trade has taught me diplomacy. Sometimes a lie can be prudent.
Hey there.
He's alive.
This man is my true and rightful heir. He will be the next Amanushi. He is me and I am him, so let it be known.
All true.
How are you feeling, Sana? Better, I hope.
I am, but you must be tired, my lord.
Please rest, for the child's sake. You carry my heir, the last of my clones. He too will succeed me someday.
What about the one called Ukyo, my lord? What if he tries to harm the child?
Worry not, my dear. We are one and the same. Ukyo is me, as is this child.
So how is Kirara these days, Kanbei Shimada? I know you didn't kill the envoy, by the way. The Emperor says you did, but I just can't quite believe it for some reason. So tell me, what does it feel like, waiting to be executed?
What is it you're trying to do here?
Why, conquer the world, of course. By the way, the true murderer is right here in this room.
And why would you assassinate the Imperial envoy?
I only did it because I was asked to. You see, I was in a position to do someone a favor.
This is a bad omen.
The ceremony will take place soon. For now, you must become accustomed to life in the capital.
May I ask you a question now?
Anything you wish.
You see, a long time ago, there was a great and powerful dragon with two heads. One said it wanted to live in the south and dive for big, juicy fish, but the other one wanted to live in the north and search the skies for tasty little birds. And do you know what happened to that beautiful dragon? Starved to death. Now my question, Emperor, do you really think it's wise for a nation to have two rulers?
It is entirely unnecessary.
I so agree. Our forebears have known it for untold years. Even in the greatest of civilizations, crippling imperfections will appear. The government must be willing to change with the times. And after so much struggle, surely you've grown tired. But don't you worry about a thing. I will help ease your burden. After all, I am you and you are me. Good night, Emperor. Ah, yes, he is me, but I am so much more.
Amanushi! Amanushi!
Sana, is that you?
Then you're all right?
Please, stay there. My dear, are you familiar with the term Zenjo? It is when an emperor of virtue abdicates his throne in favor of a new emperor of even greater virtue.
I don't understand.
Farewell, dearest Sanai. I wish that just one time we could have run through the hills and plains together, but that is not to be.
Amanushi, please! Raise up the screen! Why will you not let me approach you?
The rest I leave in the hands of my clone. Ukyo, step forth and claim what is yours.
Those words were far too good for him.
Amanushi.
Amanushi, are you certain about this?
From now on, I am the Amanushi.
His Excellency, the new Amanushi. All hail the Divine Emperor! All hail! All hail!
Shh, quiet. I'm trying to use the dowsing crystal. You know, when Sis retires, I'm the next in line. Well, I'm back on the road, Okara, and even though the bandits are out of Kana for now, it feels like there's a whole lot more at stake this time. I couldn't believe the news about Ukyo. He's the one in the makeup who tried to kidnap Sis, and then chased us around and shot Katsu in the leg. I'm sure he told you that. But now he's in charge, and he's ordering samurai to go to other villages like ours and protect them from the bandits. And I thought he was the bad guy. You should have seen Kiku, though, when he heard he was famous. He was all, "I'm Mighty Kiku, Defender of the Weak. I have dragon breath and elephant feet." How can I not love the guy? But seriously, I'm getting worried. Is Kana really safe? Is Rikichi's wife gonna be okay? It seems like the whole world is changing, and I'm not sure that's good. I hope I can see you soon. Bye-bye.